I've heard in Britain that the television and film industry, well, the film industry's
Yeah,
always
what
been
film
pretty low,
industry?
yeah. Is having problems because the money just isn't there. Is that
It's a
true?
shame. I mean, the trouble is that I think the government knows that people will always make films even if they're not being paid or whatever. I'm doing a
right.
film over Easter where nobody's getting paid. They're all really good actors, but we've decided just to get together and do a film for the hell of it because nobody else is doing anything. I mean, the BBC, I think the statistics are something like in 1976 they were making something like 112 dramas a year.
Right.
Now they're making 4.
Yeah,
so I mean, it's just gradually, gone downhill really, and nobody's willing to put any money into the industry.
Yeah, it almost seems like some of the stuff I've seen recently has been very good. It seems like it's geared directly for the American market. Like there's been the new Sherlock Holmes, which I thought were fabulous, with Jeremy Brett. They did them like a film, as separate films, and they just did like the Jeeves and Wooster with those two guys.
Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Everything has to be aimed commercially now.
Yeah.
There's very little television around that isn't purely commercial.
Okay.
So I mean, the majority of our television at the moment is dramas about hospitals and police stations and those awful shows where people recreate terrible accidents and that people are fascinated by those.
Like Tom Baker and Medics, right?
Yeah, and then we've got a show called 999 where somebody gets horrifically stung by bees and it's a true story and they recreate this thing and they have interviews with the real people and things like that. And people love it. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, we have the same thing in this country.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
They eat that stuff up.
Yeah, and what's the other thing that's coming on? Oh, I can't remember, some old rubbish. But it's just amazing, and game shows and
That's the kind of stuff we don't see over here. That's why sometimes we Americans get a skewed view of, oh yeah, British television's
I
great
mean,
and all that.
whenever I'm over here, if I do turn the telly on, I must admit that I always turn to the PBS station where they're running some British...
Something you can watch
last
at home.
night, I mean, I went home last night and I thought, oh, I might as well, I'll just turn the telly on, because I felt a bit guilty. Somebody asked me yesterday whether I watched any American TV, and I suddenly thought, oh my God, no, I don't. So I turned the TV on in my room last night and flicked through like 6 million channels, and it was all... nothing grabbed me, and then I finally found the PBS station where they were showing Inspector Morse and thought, oh, this is nice. And so I ended up just watching. It's stupid, I'm in the middle of America and watching a British thing.
Yeah.
The more on
Drama.
the less there is to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually the case.
Yeah, that's true.
People like
I think people worry in Britain that it's going to get more like that, because at the moment what's important now is the ratings, and if you don't get ratings, then you don't get a show, basically. So, and the trouble is that the most unutterable rubbish tends to get the ratings. So, obviously, that's what's made, because it's just purely commercial.
And also the fact that the government is actually pulling out of the BBC, or they're not producing their stuff, right? They bring it to other production
Plus, they're trying
companies.
to pull funding out of PBS over here right now. I don't know if you're
Yeah,
aware of
actually,
that.
they're sort of doing the same over here.
Yes, I've heard about
They're
that.
cutting
Which
budget.
I'm a big supporter of PBS, but I literally don't have the money, so I'd give them money if I had to, if I had it. But it is sort of annoying, really.
Cutting their own nose off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Anything else?
yeah, he told me to wrap it up, so
Oh, right, okay.
I just wondered if he had anything
thank you
to
very
add.
much.
Oh, thank you.
Yep,
See you soon again, I hope.
sure.
Probably in Massachusetts sometime.
Yeah, good. Okay, great.
Paul will have to line you up for another convention.
Yeah, that'd be good. I would like to come to Boston again.